Hey guys, today is an exciting day. It is a start of a new project with this bike. I'll tell you all about it starting right now. So this is it. This is our new project motorcycle. For those of you that do not know what it is or can't tell, this is a DRZ 400 and specifically a supermoto. It has 17-inch front and rear rims, and we bought ourselves the cheapest, the cheapest DRZ 400 supermoto in my local market. Now, there's a reason this was the cheapest DRZ 400 in the market, because it is not that great, and we bought it for $2,500. That's it. Around in my area, which is Southern California, DRZ supermotos go for about $4,000 to $5,000. Especially if it looks really good, you can get like $5,500 for goal for it. I have a couple ambitious goals for it. I want to get it to a really top level of rideability. There's a handful of issues with it that I'll go over with you guys. Get it as safe as possible, because there's a few safety concerns that we'll go over, and just making sure it runs as best as it can with what it has. It's only got a single cylinder, so I can't expect much, but if we can at least make that run as best as we can. So $2,500 is about $2,000 under the value of what the bikes are around here. So I'm looking to spend about $1,000 total for the whole project, and I'll go over kind of what my intentions are with the bike in a sec before we go through the walk around. But my goal is to spend about $1,000 to get it to a pristine, or at least best as we can, condition, enjoy it for a substantial amount of time, and then hopefully sell it at the end where we can make some money out of it. I don't know when that'll be, depends how much I enjoy it, but let's go with the intentions of the bike first. Let's go there. Why did I buy a dilapidated and really just neglected DRZ 400 supermoto? Well, like all supermotos, it lives two lives, on-road and off-road. I wanted to experience the extremes of what a supermoto can offer. In about a month, I'm gonna take this bike across a 4-day, 140-mile Mojave adventure. I'll be going with a few of my buddies with their Jeeps, and I'll be riding this DRZ through the desert. Let me show you what I already bought. I bought some knobbies for this bike. I am a complete noob on dirt. Towards the end of my KLR, I started getting a little bit more comfortable with it, but again, I'm not a pro at all on it. So I bought these knobbies, I signed myself up, I'm doing it in a month. I have to take this bike from this barely rideable state to enough to clear me across the Mojave with these fat knobby tires. So you'll see these on here eventually. So that's the first half. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna sign myself up for a supermoto class and eventually take this bike, change it from adventure to track, and rip around a go-kart track with it. There's one about an hour away from here, so I want to experience that. I've done that class once before and I had a blast with it, and I want more of it. I'm not a knee dragger type of rider, I'm just a spirited rider, so I want to expand my technical skill there. So that's the mission for the DRZ. Take it from this dilapidated state, clear me across the Mojave, and then eventually rip me around the track. If I'm able to do that on the same platform, then this supermoto has lived up to its supermoto name, and I want to take you guys along for the journey. So let's take a lap around the bike. Let's do a walk around. So here it is, a DRZ 400 supermoto from 2007. Let me give you some background information from the previous owner. The guy I bought it from, he tried his best to maintain it, but there's a handful of clues that suggest that it wasn't quite maintained to the level that I would put my, that I would sign up for a 4-day class with. A few things is, look at this chain. It's almost falling off. There's so much slack on there, and that's a new chain on the new sprocket and a new front sprocket. So a few details like that. Let's just get into the bike and then you'll see. But there's a few things that I found about it that I think you'll that I think you'll like, and one of the reasons I ended up buying it. So let's go front to back. So if you look, these are not the stock fairings. These are all a service upgraded fairing. So all of these are actually aftermarket. This is obviously not the original fairing, but I hate the fact that it's held on by zip ties. Just that to me is just, are you serious? Like the only way you're seeing the world at night is on the zip tied fairing. So that's just horrible for me. I've got some bash damage here, which is, you know, expected from a DRZ. If it doesn't have a little bit of scuff, then you're not really riding it. Up here, let's look at the mileage. It's got yeah, it works. Don't know. Oh, there it goes. I have 25,000 miles on this bike. You know about DRZs, 25,000 miles is a bit high. The last owner did tell me that about 1,000 miles ago, he changed the jugs and the piston with new rings, done at a shop. He sent me a picture of the receipt, which is good. So it was done professionally. Also in the receipt showed a 440 kit. So this is not a DRZ 400. This is technically a 440. It has the big bore kit, which I am so pumped about. And that's one of the issues I sold the last one. It's such a struggle on the freeway. But this has a 440 kit. It also has jetting and a few more things that I'll show you. So we have a 25,000 mile motorcycle with the engine up end, the top end of the engine rebuilt 1,000 miles ago. On the controls, we have these dilapidated grips, completely shot. My bars are not even at all. It's quite hilarious how badly they are. So just small details that are just horrible. This is an upgraded brake line. I already have stainless steel lines on the front and the rear brakes. This is the supermoto, so I'm running the larger brake pads, and I'm running full Galfers, front and rear stainless steel brake lines. Now, that upgrade I would have done anyway. My previous DRZ, I did that upgrade on. Take a look under here. That is not a stock carburetor. I have a big bore kit plus the upgraded, I forget the upgraded version of it, but that's the one that you want. That's the one that has a little bit more performance, plus it's jetted. So this bike is a performance DRZ. For $2,500, I have, it's dilapidated, but I have a fully upgraded engine and carburetor at $2,500, which is insane. So let's keep going. All the fairings are in good shape. They're just a little bit dated. You can see the coloration's a bit bad. I have stock exhaust, which is surprising. You put all that engine work and then you put a stock exhaust. So this is the main issue with the bike. I was able to get $300 off because of this issue. The triple clamp head bearing is completely sticky and notchy and very dangerous to ride. I've never ridden a motorcycle this dangerous to ride at low speeds. Essentially, when you're at the center, there's a notch there. You can see how much effort it takes to push it over. There we go. To push it over. It holds the steering at dead center. So if you're trying to take a corner and you want to do some counter steering, it won't do it. So I have to replace the tapered bearing in here. So that's our project. This is my new hooligan motorcycle. I hope in a month's time it takes me across the Mojave with no problems and doesn't leave me stranded. And then I hope in, I don't know, 3 months' time I'm able to take it to the track and develop my skills there. If you like this, please of course subscribe. We're going to go through this project with you guys and also have those adventure videos at the end once it's all put together. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next episode when I take that front suspension apart and fix that bearing. So thanks guys. See ya.